Welcome back to the third video of this video tutorial series. What we are still working on here is our registration page, which basically is meant to take in user registration details like our bio data and our user login details. Our bio data is comprised of about 5 fields, and our login details is just 2 fields, username and password. So right now what we want to do in this third video is work on this a little by adding some CSS to this content in order to make it, well, adding some CSS to this input fields will make it look a bit presentable. Right now I'm not really okay with the way they look, so let's just go and add those CSS and style it a bit. In this third video I'm going to work on this as it is, and in the fourth video I'm going to show you a new method of using this same registration fields and make it look more of the up-to-date experience. But in this third video I will just show you how to work on this. In case you choose to use this method for your own design, it will also work for you. So let's just navigate back to Dreamweaver. Right now our input fields are not really okay for me, so we need to work on that. But before then, let's just do a little work to this. I want to change the color of this bio data and user login details, so I'll just click here, navigate back to the code view. The reason I'm going to be using this inline style field or inline CSS is because if I apply a color to that, it's going to affect everything in this table. So I'm going to just apply it to this line of code, call it font color. I'll give it a white, close that up, come over here and close the font tag. I will just copy this and drop here. That's for the bio data. Now user login details, I'll paste, color, take same white, then close it up here. I believe you're following along. What I'm doing right now is just add a line of CSS to make this white, and that is exactly what we have done right now. Save that. But now I need to start targeting these fields here. So what I need to do right now, I need to design a CSS rule that will target all this at the same time. So before we do that, let's just go back to our code view. Right now in each of those lines I'm going to add a class to it. I'm going to add a class and give the class inputs. So this same class I'm going to copy and dump in all of them. So the reason for doing this is just because we need to target all of them at once. So when we apply a class that is meant for all of them, it will apply, and you see exactly what I will do to them in a while. So that is good for me. And I'll also give this button a class, but instead of input I will call it btn for button. Save that and go back to code view and design view rather, and there's 2 things I need to work on right now. This date of birth, I want to add 2 things to it, which I want you to really follow along with me. Right here in this date of birth, I want to change it from this to a drop down menu where you can select So I'll erase this. Go to your insert forms, then on this jump menu I will just have to insert this to it, but we use a select list menu. So I'll give it an ID of sex. Right now this is it. What do we do? Let's click on it to make it active. Now you see where they say list values. Click on it and give it a label of select gender, then close that up. Then you say male, female, and you can say others, just in case if somebody's an hermaphrodite, of which I'm not expecting. You save that, and here in this date field there's something in HTML5 which you can add to give us a date picker here. So I'll just go behind. Instead of this text, which is the input type, I will call it date. Save it, then preview in our browser again, refresh. Here you go. This one is saying select gender, of which you can select from any of these three. And if you click here, right now it seems not to be working. What is happening? Well, I'll debug that in the next video, but nevertheless, let's just move along. What we have here right now is just a simple job we are talking about. So right now I will go back and add the class which we have been adding ever since, and just add it to it. Instead of this, after this ID, I'll give you the class of input. That should be it. So let's go to our CSS and add that line of code. So what we do right now, let's give you the class. If you want to start a class CSS line of code, you start with the full stop or a dot. You say input, that's the name we gave to the class. We give you the width of 130 pixel, then height 37 pixel, then border 1 pixel, solid red, then let's add a border radius. Border radius of about 8 pixel. Now let's put text indent. What is text indent? 12 pixel. What it's meant to do is to add a little padding, or you can use padding if you want. Add a little padding to the margin of the text field. So let's just save that and preview in browser again. Here you go. Our input text feed has now picked up that new CSS rule we just set, but they are too short for me. So I'll go with a width of 400. Save that, refresh. There you go. This is our new input fields, and now this gap between here and here is that test indent I was telling you about. So everything seems to be working well on the rest, so it's good. Okay, that's working. So now I want to add a little effect such a way that when you click on this, let there be an effect that yes, you are presently in this field. Let there be a difference between all this and all this here. So let's go and add a pseudo selector to this line of code. I'll just come here and paste it, go backward just after the input. I'll put a focus effect. I want it to focus on each of the input fields. So I'll say border two pixel solid green. Okay, then I say background color. I want to give it this light color here and save that. Let's go back to our design view or our browser to preview this to see how it affects. So if you refresh this page and you click, this is what I'm talking about. You can see the effects showing on each of them, but we still need to add a little to this. Let's make it 4 pixel and make this color more visible so we know what we're doing. It says sky blue. Save that. Here you go. Isn't it beautiful? Now you can select, as you can see, and it tell you exactly where you are at this point in time. So that is just that. So let's navigate back to design view and correct something here. So after this, now what we need to do next is work on this button. So let's go back to design view, code view rather. Just at the closing here, add one more class. We'll call it btn for button. Give it a width of 800 pixel, which is exactly the size of our table. Then height, let's give it 45 pixel. Font, let's give it a background rather. Give it pure black, and then give it a color of white. Then what else do we need to add? Let's give it a border radius. Border radius of 8 pixel. Save that. Let's save that, go back and preview. Here you go. Our register button has come up, but we still need to work on it. Let's give it a font size. Font size of 24 pixel. That should do it. There you go, register user. That's good enough for us. So right now, if you look at this button seems to be working, but we need to add another pseudo selector to it called the over effect, so that when you mouse over this, it will have a change of color and the rest. So let's just go back and add that CSS line of code. So at the end of this, I'll copy this first and foremost, because we are targeting this as well, this same button, just at the front of the end for add an over. Then I'll give you the background color, which is closer to what we have already in our design. Then that should just do it. Let's not add any other thing. Let's refresh this. You see, when you over, it's showing, but right now when you click, nothing is happening. So that means our form is really kind of working. That is that. Like I told you, that will be all we'll be doing for this video right now. So I'll see you in the next video on a second method in which we can do this and also achieve our aim. So see you in the fourth video.